The second large expedition we did was to the Amazonia. We were three friends that had done the expedition, the first expedition to Patagonia, Milton, Kiko, and myself. And we invited a fourth friend, Kaiki, who we made us the crew of four. We had two vehicles, one Toyota Brazilian-made Bandeirantes, which was a very tough vehicle, and a 4x4. It was my sponsor at the time, and there was a Land Rover that Milton had. It was the brand that united all of us because we were really passionate about Land Rovers, always have been. And we didn't have Land Rovers in Brazil, so Toyota was the only one that produced vehicle produced in Brazil. So I had the sponsorship from Toyota, and we went to Amazonia. We left Rio de Janeiro through Pantanal, crossed it south-north, and then went to 365, all the way to Manaus, all the way to Roraima, and then into Venezuela, and then into Guyana, and back through Manaus, and we hitched a ride with one of those big cargo barges, and we floated all the way in the Amazonas River, all the way to Belém and back. That was a fantastic expedition. It was a very long one, and taught me a lot about Amazonia, and really started my wondering about nature. And it looked like we had a problem with nature because I witnessed several hundreds of miles of white sand by the roads in Amazonia already then, early 80s. So this made me really think something was wrong. Anyway, but one of the curious bits of this expedition is in Roraima, it's a big savanna. You don't have forest on the middle of it. And you navigate, mind you, didn't have GPS or cell phones or any of that there. We used to navigate with maps, with compasses, and stars, and where should I go now? A lot of guessing. We didn't get in too much trouble, but at this time we went on the savannah, navigated in the middle of nowhere, and ended up in the lake. The lake was not too big. It was like 1,000 meters by 800 meters. In one side of the lake we had a lot of cashew trees, beautiful cashew trees. We ate a lot of cashew. We learned how to do cashew nuts, and by warming up the nuts, and then we have it's a very potent acid that they release, and it flames. And anyway, so it's an interesting concept of I learned that. And we had met a guy that had a windsurf board, and he was going, after 38 years looking for gold and diamonds, he was going for the first time back to his family, and we convinced him to come with us, for a week. 38 years away, one more week wouldn't make a difference. So he came. And we were windsurfing on the lake, and we did that for the whole day. It was a lot of fun. The next day, early morning, we had a Wapshana indigenous group of indigenous far away looking at us. So we started to talk to them and contact them. And with a little difficulty, they opened up to us, and with a lot of respect and almost a little fear, basically saying, we understood they saw us as gods coming from heaven. And we then started asking, why are we gods? Why do you think we're gods? They said, well, because you swam on the sacred lake and you didn't die. I said, why would we die? And we didn't actually swim, we windsurfed. And he said, well, because this is a lake that during the flood area, it connects to a river. When it goes to the dry season, which is right now, it disconnects to the river. So the piranhas that came into the lake will eat all the other fish. And the big piranhas eat the small piranhas. And even the gators, the alligators, are afraid of eating the big piranhas. And anything that goes into the waters at this time of the year becomes nothing in the meal for them in a minute. And you guys went there and came out alive. I said, well, we actually didn't use the the water. We were on top of the board. So this was a very interesting experience we lived.